Let's begin by defining lucid dreaming.
Yes. Well, lucid dreaming just means dreaming while knowing that you're dreaming. So it means being conscious of the fact that you're dreaming while it's happening. Most people will have experienced lucid dreaming at least once, and usually say in a nightmare, recognize, oh, this is all a dream, and then waking up. But few people have taken it to the possibilities it offers, the kind explored by the Tibetans, for instance, that you could stay in that dream and then use it to explore impossible realities somehow.
Some people think of lucid dreaming as being a distinct, altered state of consciousness.
Well, it is definitely a unique experience in that the ordinary dreams we have every night, first of all, are a world that seems as real as the one we're in right now. Yet it's all clearly in our minds, as we discover when we wake up. Lucid dreaming adds something extraordinary. It adds consciousness, full consciousness that you are dreaming at that moment. So you're sitting here, as we might be, when you suddenly realize that, oh yes, you went to sleep this afternoon and this is an afternoon nap and all of this is going on in your dream, for instance. Everything might seem just as real as it does right now, except for you would know that there wouldn't be any laws of physics or any laws of society that you had to concern yourself with. So it gives you a great deal of freedom at that point. But it would seem as real as this, and it's an extraordinary experience. People find it astonishingly empowering to see that their mind has that capacity.
In other words, you can do anything whatsoever in the lucid dream state and do it consciously.
Yes. Well, anything within the limits of what is imaginable. There are some things that are, say, inconsistent with themselves that couldn't be imaginable, but basically you're limited not by the usual laws of physics and laws of society and other external constraints on you, as we are limited greatly in waking life, but you're limited only by what the limits of the mind might be, which in practical terms often is your own expectation. So if you think you can't do something in a lucid dream state, you can't do it. And in fact, say if this were a lucid dream right now and I said, well, this chair here is not really solid, it's just a dream, so I should be able to pass my hand through it, but I might not be able to just because of my long-standing experience with chairs that they are solid, and so that unconscious expectation might interfere. Until then I imagine, for instance, let's think of that chair as slightly porous, and then my hand begins to pass through, and then I'm able, by overcoming that expectation, to pass the hand right through. And in general, we find that we're limited by our expectation. If you think that the door is locked, you don't find out that it's not. Right? So it doesn't have to be locked. These mental constraints can be as much a constraint as physical exterior ones.
What if you could dream without limits? You could use your time in dreams to do anything. Climb Everest, battle a dragon, or explore distant planets. So what do you want to dream about?
Hi, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Danny, and we're the co-founders of iWinks.
We've been working for the past couple of years on this revolutionary new lucid dreaming device called the Aurora.
The Aurora allows you to have lucid dreams regularly, and it's a really exciting product. There's really nothing out there like it. So what is lucid dreaming and why is it awesome?
In a lucid dream, you actually recognize the fact that you're dreaming. The Aurora is a comfortable headband that you wear to sleep that actively monitors your sleep stages throughout the night. Not only does it sense brain waves, but it also contains an accelerometer that tracks body movements. Dreams occur almost exclusively during REM, which is just one sleep state of many that we cycle through multiple times each night.
When you're dreaming, the Aurora plays audiovisual cues to help you recognize that you're in a dream.
These cues are designed to be subtle enough that they find their way into your dream without actually waking you up.
And usually when this happens and you become aware of the safety of the world that you're in, you can do anything you want and really take control of the events of the dream, or just sit back and enjoy it and watch it as it unfolds in front of you.
It would seem then that practicing in the lucid dream state would be practicing the art of imagination.
Yes, yes. It's very true that there is an art of lucid dreaming. It's not something that once you know, oh, this is a dream, then you know how to do everything. There are certain arts you have to develop to find out exactly how you can accomplish tasks, because we have to overcome our very extensive sets of expectations based on our experiences in waking life. because we have, in perceiving the world around us right now, a major determinant of what we perceive is what we have perceived in the past, what we have seen in the past, what we therefore expect to perceive now. And so one of the things that people, when they're first beginning to learn lucid dreaming, constantly are doing is they're doing things that would make sense if they were awake, but don't make much sense while they're in a lucid dream. So for example, in one case I recall, I was going across the Dream Stanford campus. I didn't know it was a dream yet, and I had left my briefcase behind, so I was going back to get that briefcase. And now I realized I was dreaming. I said, oh, this is wonderful, so I started to fly back to where I was going without immediately occurring to me, well, there's no use in getting that briefcase, it's only in a dream, so it doesn't make sense any longer. But we have to overcome those tendencies and to rethink the new world we're in, and think, well, what are the rules here? Well, what makes sense for this new kind of life sphere I'm in?
Yeah. So it's one thing to be aware of the fact that you are in a dream, and maybe it's another thing to be aware that you're caught up in various layers of logic that you don't or that you can stay in or not as you choose.
That's right. Well, these are unconscious largely, these expectations about how the world works. And so we don't notice them until in the dream we notice this doesn't make sense in the world I'm in any longer, and then you're able to change them. So there's a learning process that goes on where your thinking gets clearer. You get more precisely adapted to the dream world, because the rules of the dream world and the waking world are very different, and there are certain commonalities, but there's also very important differences, and it's important to know which world you're in order to play the proper game.
We've built an app designed to work with the Aurora. Not only does it allow you to record your sleep patterns, it also lets you design personalized light and sound cues. Because the Aurora can detect your sleep stages, it can also serve as a smart alarm clock by waking you up when you'll feel most refreshed.
We've been working for the last 4 years, funded completely out of pocket, and designed the optimal lucid dreaming headband solution.
We've built these units entirely by hand, and we've proven that the design works. And now we're ready to take things to the next level.
And we need support to turn these into a polished product that we can ship to you at home so you can try them and experience the Aurora like we have.
For you developers, you'll get early access to our API, which will allow you to start exploring new uses for the Aurora right away. We're excited to bring the Aurora to everyone. And to do that, we need your help.
Please, talk to your friends about it. Talk to us about it. Share us on your social networks. With the Aurora, you can dream without limits.